Hey guys, Ezra. This video is about Ezra, and Ezra has two new Euphoria, which is initially when I tried it out, I didn't like it. That's mainly because I didn't really know what is going on um about his kit, right? I did not know how to use it, so I spent a bit of time reading up his kit, and then yeah, so basically I want to show you his Euphoria, and this is the first one, which is the healing one. So I'm just going to mention it, a few things about his Euphoria. You can always read in the comment or the video description section where I will put his kit there, so you can read it further regarding what is the buff that he get. Okay, so regarding his Euphoria, let me see. Right. At rank 1, when an ally loses HP, he gains Firewood Blood. To me, this Firewood Blood is just... It's not really the main thing, I would say, but it does provide a lot of healing, and that's because his kit consumes HP. Okay, so when this Firewood Blood is at 6 stacks, okay, Mushroom can recover 8% of lost HP. I'm not too sure this 8% is rather like when the mushroom is matured, or every turn as long as you have a mushroom it will trigger 8%. That's something that we can check when we are doing the run. And for each 3000 HP the team loses, he will gain 1 stack of Firewood Blood, and he needs the 6 stacks in order for the mushroom to heal. Rank 2, when using a normal incantation, lose 15% of his HP to plant 2 mushroom instead of 1, right? So before that, he has 2 slots of mushroom. Now if you use S1 or S2, instantly you will fill up the field with 2 same mushroom. So this is rather important because in his kit, which I think not a lot of people utilize it, is that when it says that when there is no mushroom to be planted, right? There is no mushroom to be planted, and the skill that he used doesn't match any of the mushroom. For S1, it is honey fungus, which is a red colored mushroom, and S2 is the buff, and it is the ghost mushroom, the ghost fungus, which is the blue colored mushroom. So red and blue. So for example, if you cast S1, you will have 2 red mushroom, and now if you use S2, it is not matched, right? Because the buff is the blue one, but now you are having the red one. So if it doesn't match, and if Ezra has 2 Eureka, he will consume 2 Eureka in order to gain additional 1 Moxy. This is very important because this healing Ezra will focus on that. I will show it to you, but it will focus on that to get his rotation quicker. The thing is that when he uses ultimate, he grants 1 Moxy to the entire team. So in a way, he's AP hungry, but at the same time, he's providing Moxy to everyone. So if you consider like 1 AP is 1 Moxy worth, like, I mean 1 Moxy is 1 AP worth, then basically he provides 3 AP, right? In a way. So even though he's AP hungry, but he does contribute back by giving the party Moxy so that your characters can use their ultimate pretty often as well. Now, okay, and this rank 2 also changes his buff. So initially, if you look into this Ezra, this is a buff, which is why it's blue mushroom. See, this is debuff is the red mushroom, the blue one is the blue mushroom. But in the healing version of him, it becomes the green one. Alright? And rank 3, if there are no place... Sorry, so still in rank 2, when he uses this incantation, he will consume 2 Firewood Blood to increase the healing rate by 30%. Okay, so nothing specific. I always when I was reading his kit, I felt like the healing was over anyway, so that additional 30%, 50% doesn't really matter. The fact that he heals. So the thing is, I'm putting him with Kakana because I want that instances of heal. Alright, I want that instances of heal. Sorry, scrap that. Consume 2 Firewood Blood to increase the healing rate. Okay, so he heal more. Alright. So it's still that you use this, you will heal the entire party, and this will trigger Kakana's Genesis damage reflection. So for his rank 3, Euphoria, if there is no more places to plant mushroom when using normal incantation, he consume extra 10% of the current HP of all allies to grow the mushroom once. So now he doesn't need Eureka to grow the mushroom. So you want the Eureka to gain Moxy. And if you read into this rank 3, this is exactly the same thing that I said just now. You plant the red mushroom, then you use the healing to get more Moxy. And at the same time, you are consuming allies HP and you are growing the mushrooms. And rank 4, when mushroom mature, all allies recover 20% lost HP. Okay, so they heal. The mushroom now heal when they mature. So I believe that the initial one that I mentioned, that the mushroom can recover 8% of lost HP at the end of the round, that should be as long as you have a mushroom. Yeah, so when it matured, it recovers more HP, 20%, and increase Firewood Blood by 1. And at the start, if Firewood Blood reaches 15 stack, okay, at the start of a turn, if Firewood Blood reaches 15 stack, he will consume 1 stack to let all allies recover 20% lost HP. So for me, you don't want to use the Firewood Blood, you just let it stacked, unless it's an emergency healing that you require, so you can use it. But other than that, just leave it there, because it will trigger a lot of instances of healing. At the start of the round, heal. During round, you use this, heal. So at the end of the round, you heal again. So like he can get like 3 instances of heal. So that will work very well with Kakana. And here I have Fatutu as well, because if you watch the recent video that I posted related to Fatutu and Kakana, and then you have a Voyager there. So Voyager will trigger a lot of impromptu, and that will trigger a lot of shell movement, which then causes a lot of micro healing, and all of that will trigger Kakana's reflection. This team works that way. Okay, and with Ezra, you don't even need the enemy to attack you in order for Kakana to get empathy. Ezra consumes his own HP and the party's HP, and that will fuel Kakana's empathy. Flutter page? Maybe for better follow-up damage, which helps Fatutu's follow-up attack. Yeah, but for better team, there is definitely like better follow-up attackers that you can use. Chionels probably is a better option here as well, or Lilia. That is because I want to trigger the shells from Fatutu, but I do not have a good follow-up attacker. I don't want to use Liang Yue, because Liang Yue does have a bit of AP requirement to keep up with all her stuff, so doesn't really suit this team at this point, or at least what I want to showcase. Okay, so anyway, here I have Ezra, and Ezra here I want to get the ultimate out as soon as possible. So here I'm going to plant the blue mushroom, use the red one, that will give me additional 1 Moxy, 3 Moxy. I will use this, then I will start sharing HP. Okay, triggered. Right, so now I need to use 2 incantations. Use this once. Replant the blue one. Okay, attack once, attack twice. Okay. So now Ezra ultimate is up. Then I will use this. Okay, continue to share HP. I don't really need to act with Kakana. She can easily get her empathies from Ezra consuming his own HP. So Ezra ultimate. Okay. I want Ezra's two different incantation because I want to get the Moxy fast, right? So here I'm going to reset, and hopefully I get two different type of Ezra's Moxy incantation. Two different type. There we go. This is compulsory because my flutter page here is P0. So here I'm going to plant the blue one and grow it. Okay, I always plant the blue one because her S1 has Genesis damage to it. I don't need that much healing anymore, right? And with Fatutu, if I attack the enemy, I also get healing due to the shell transfer. So I would prefer to always plant the blue one and then use the S1 to trigger all the stuff and get the additional Moxy. Okay, Fatutu is doing pretty decent damage now for full-up attack. Okay, bum. Right, again, I already get back his ultimate. Very, very good. Share, return. I should be able to attack with Kakana now. She has pretty high empathy already. Look at all the instances of Genesis damage flying around. Kakana is just getting better and better. Now with Ezra and this team, I would say this is a pretty strong team. Okay, plant the blue mushroom, trigger the red mushroom, use this, use that. Trigger one time, 2 instances, 3, and this Anjo is already dying. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At the end of the round because of the mushroom? No. 9, 10. Right, now I have the blue one, so trigger it. I hope Anjonala should already die this time. 1 instance, 2 instance, and now each Genesis arrive 4,000. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Done. Right, so to me, yes, Ezra is pretty good. I was using him yesterday and not really interesting, right? Because I didn't know about his rotation, how to use him. I didn't know that growing the mushroom, if you're having different colors, you will get +1 Moxy. His kit is really confusing, to say the least. But if you know how to use it, and I will write down the rotation in the comment section under the video description. If you follow this, you will be fine. You will be able to use him quite well. Okay, so he works in this form of team. Probably in Reverie you won't want to do this kind of team because you want all your healers to be spread out in order to do multiple stages, right? Because due to the lock, like your character get locked in, and now you're putting like your best 2 healers and tanks all in one. You probably don't want to do that. Yeah, so but anyway, I think like Ezra and Kakana will be the perfect match. Then you can always have another 2 units, can be anyone. It's just that Fatutu and follow-up attacker here makes very good sense to trigger Kakana, which is why this is what it is. But just Ezra and Kakana should be good enough for most teams. Okay, so anyway, this is for Ezra's Euphoria, the first Euphoria regarding healing, or is the second one, I do not know, but this is the healing Euphoria. There's the other one, which is the Dynamo Euphoria, which I will do a different video, right? So anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good day.